would parenting look like if people actually deployed this information that you're saying is available, Robert? What would parenting become? You alluded to it a little bit, hands off, you can relax, but what would the parenting become?
Yeah, well, I share Annie's concern about the fact that parents will use this information. As Nancy said, parents want to know everything they can about their kids, and it's hard to let them know that these are only probabilistic estimates. A genetic risk for alcoholism doesn't mean you're going to become alcoholic. It just means you're more likely if you drink a lot of alcohol. So the thing is, parents are actually doing it now. And part of the reason I wrote Blueprint is because I want to raise this discussion now, because I agree completely with Annie that these are explosive issues. I mean, it has to be said, 10 years ago, when people started doing 23andMe, they thought, wow, this shouldn't happen, it should be controlled. But parents are now doing that with their children, so we really need to have this discussion.
So Annie, you heard some agreement, actually, with some of your concerns.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that, you've asked us about how it will change parenting, but it has already had an effect and potential effect on certain policy. I mean, Robert met with Michael Gove, who was then Secretary of Education in the UK, and Dominic Cummings wrote a 250-page report basically saying we should educate the best and forget the rest in the UK. And this was because on the basis of DNA data, we could say who was going to make it in the UK. It's the GCSEs, it's like the SATs. And you could establish very early on that little Rupert was never going to make it. So, cut your losses. Why should we invest in teacher training? This is, to me, what's really seriously dangerous.
I don't hear Robert endorsing that point of view at all, are you? Or are you?
I would just say there's no necessary policy implications. So you can have a right-wing view, educate the best, forget the rest. You could have a left-wing view, the Finnish model, which says identify kids who are going to have problems, put as much resources as you need at that lower end to bring everybody up to minimal levels of literacy and numeracy. So policy depends on values, and that isn't all that much related to facts, I find.